Guys, welcome back. I'm Malachi here with Brotherhood Outdoors, and today I just want to do a quick video on my Sniper 370, pros and cons, likes and dislikes, and just the things that I like about it and the things that are kind of hate slash are just really annoying. And I'm going to go over the 5 things that I hate about this thing first. And when I say hate, I don't really mean like just freaking hate it, but it's annoying. First thing is going to be the sling more than anything. I cannot stress enough how much I hate the sling, and I'll show you why. This sling, every time you shoulder it or lift it up by the strap or anything, this thing back here, it just unthreads. It's not like one of those traditional slings, like the nice ones you can just like click on it and then this part pops out so you can twist it around and then you put it in and then it pops into place. This thing is just threaded. It's literally just threaded into this part from the other side. You just put it through and then thread it in, but then it just unthreads so easy. It's so loosely fit. Same with the bottom, obviously. I mean, the bottom's the same way, and so every time you pick it up or put it down, it just unthreads it slowly. So that's just one of the things that I find really annoying about it. The second thing on my list is going to be the scope. The scope, I mean, you can make it work, and I found a way to make it work to where it's not going to be, sadly, it's not right on 20 to 60 using the correct hash marks on the reticle. But, I mean, it works, but it's not ideal. It's really, I mean, the scope really needs to be upgraded, even if they have to up the price of the Crossbow $50, just to not have to drop another 100 on a scope or $200 on a scope later on. I mean, that'd be really convenient, because the scope at 20, the way I have to have it sighted in. Okay, I'll just tell you the way it is actually, other than just the way I make it work. The way it works is when you sight it in at 20 with your main crosshair, the further you go out, it drops below your target, not on target. I mean, just below your target. Let's say you're aiming at a quarter-size target, 20 yards. It'll hit it every time. You go up to 30, it'll be an inch low. 40, it'll be 3 inches low. 50, it'll be 6 inches low. 60, it'll be 8 inches low. Using the proper, hash marks. Even if I use my 60, obviously, is what I would use for 60 yards, it'll still hit 8 inches underneath the target, even though it was technically perfectly dialed in for the reticle. So that's just annoying. The scope has to be replaced if you want to be persistent and accurate with your shots. I mean, consistent, not persistent, consistent. Yeah, it's just annoying. And my third thing is going to be trigger creep. Now it is a $270 bow. You can't really complain too much, so I didn't really care. Even I knew it was going to be some cheaper odds and ends for that price, but the trigger just creeps. I mean, it just and then it fires. So it's like, it's not like a 10-point to where it's just like you just barely tap the trigger and it just fires, real crisp and smooth. So yeah, and I know there's something else. There's what was the fourth thing? Oh, the quiver. The quiver, it's a nice quiver, but there's some things that are annoying, like this. It just slides back and forth so easily. Like you're trying to put it on and you push it too hard, it'll just slide around. And how it can twist. I find it a little bit annoying because like you can twist your quiver around, and you see what I'm talking about here. It just annoyingly, like it just misshape. Like it's just not solid, and I think it'd be a really easy thing to fix to make it higher quality without really taking too much out of their pockets on that end of things financially. So if I were them, I would definitely make a little bit of an adjustment to the quiver to try to make it optimum, with the setup. Because I honestly love the quiver design, but just the way it works is it's a little bit annoying how it's cheap, that cheap aspect of it. And then also, I mean, here's another thing: the screw's just coming loose on it. On the end of this quiver here, I just noticed this, but this screw to hold the quiver together is just unthreading. So, quiver needs a little bit of work. Like I said, you're paying $270 for the main mechanics being up there with the higher end stuff, but where you're saving your money is all the accessories are a little bit cheap. So just be mindful of that if you are looking into one of these. The other thing is the arrows. They're fine, but they're cheap as well. I mean, like I said, you're going to get cheap accessories for a cheap crossbow. But all these things can be fixed. The scope, you can resolve that problem. Buy a different scope. Quiver, I'm not sure if you can buy another quiver for this or not. I'm assuming you can. Just buy a different bracket and you'll be good. But yeah, I mean, scope, trigger, I don't know if you can redo the trigger job on this like a gun or not. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't looked into it. But yeah, buy new bolts, new quiver, get a different sling for sure. Probably this more than anything, and then your scope, and then yeah, I mean you'd be pretty well off. But other than that, that's about it. Those are the only real complaints I have about it. Otherwise, mechanically, it's awesome. I love it. It shoots great. So yeah, thank you so much guys for watching. Please like the video. It really does help a ton with getting it to more people. And please subscribe if you're new to the channel. And definitely comment below letting me know what your thoughts are on these things that I brought up. And if there's any ways to resolve some of these problems or things that I dislike that are just kind of annoying, please let me know. And always remember guys, brotherhood outdoors, once a sportsman, always a sportsman.